Alright, welcome back to turn 47 of Roots, Bloody Roots. Gonna try to keep it real quiet as my wife is sleeping, but let's see what's happening here. So, cast Scrying Pool, so now we know what's happening in Abyssia. Interestingly enough, Abyssia's Pretender Chassis is not an egg like I thought, but rather an infernal spirit. So, that's interesting. I'll have to play around in the Pretender Crater and see what that might look like. He's got a bunch of Sacreds, a bunch of goodies, basically enough to stand up to an Asphodel army, and definitely a BC army. Let's see. Transformation. So this guy turned into a Swamp Drake. It's got more HP than he had before, and more natural protection, but only the 2 slots. Not sure if this was a good use of gems, but it's definitely fun. I'll see what use I can put this guy to. Nabah declared a new prophet. On a related note, Nabah is in a bad way because, well, I don't have the graphs to show you, but they Tianqi ward them, which means that while Nabah and Jotunheim keep fighting, which is just kind of, I would say, a waste of time, because Nabah and Jotunheim keep fighting, but then Tianqi is just going to eat the victor, or eat Nabah on their way to Jotunheim. Either way, them fighting presents more of an opportunity for Tianqi. So yeah, that's happening. I also found out that evidently things in the water are not as balanced as I hoped they were. What I mean by that is that Riga Joe has been all but destroyed, and Pelagia has conquered basically everything there is to conquer aquatically. So that's bad too. If we zoom out a little and look at what the water entails, there's just the 2 thrones in the water. They probably have this one too, but that's a lot of territory, and they can get anywhere. Many of the thrones are coastal, like these Satis thrones up here that I can't see right now. That one's in the water. This guy's coastal. My throne is coastal. Well, it's not coastal, but it's not too far away. So, yeah. Pelagia is scary, Tianqi is scary, and we're screwing around over here. Well, let's see what that screwing around does look like. Assassination. Let's go ahead and watch this first one. Set the settings the way I like them. So, I've got this Katsuna Priest and 2 bodyguards. He's got a Slayer, a Sylph that comes with his amulet, and some Vinemen that come with his amulet. Alright, let's see how that went for him and for me. So, the Katsuna Blessed just tear up everybody, and the Sylph is flying around, making a nuisance of itself, but once the Slayer is gone, there's no one to lead it. So good job, bodyguards. Another assassination. So, I don't know if it's dark here, but anyway, I've got my Yaya. He's again got a Slayer with the amulet bringing herself along. Yaya goes and casts Frozen Heart. Does quite a bit of work on this Slayer. And that's enough to scare him away. Which he just gets Frozen Hearted again. So good job, Yaya. And then another assassination attempt. These were all of my site searchers. So this is a Yaya with 1 bodyguard. And I don't know where the Sylph went, but Frozen Heart is getting the work done. Oh! the Kasuna must have killed the desecrated, but let's search. So yeah, 3 assassinations, 3 fails. I'm very happy to see that, especially since I actually got some of that equipment that he was keeping around there. Spoilers, I won this throne battle. I'm gonna search it for sites next turn, well, this turn and next turn, and I'll bring this crew along. But we're getting a little ahead of ourselves. Some crippled dudes died, and throne battle. So when I was watching this, I realized that I probably should have changed my script, but we can go ahead and see what happens. Howl's in effect because Lord Sebastian is here. We're dropping meteors. Foul Vapors is up. Meteors are a little closer to my army than I'd really hope. What is this thing? Oh, this must have been cast from a swarm. So, meteors just keep falling. As you can see, I didn't bother to really change my script. But here's the thing. So, we've got Mr. Monkatsina right here, Tammy. I said must have been a miss. And she just got 1 space away from being nuked by a meteor. So, to be fair, with her protection, there's a good chance she would have survived it, because I think a meteor does 50 damage, and she has 32 plus 26 protection. Although the meteor might have hit her in the head, where she does not have a helmet. So regardless, meteors are a little dangerous, and I should be more responsible with them. But in the end, it was a successful throne conquest. Just lost 3 dancers, and that throne's mine. Now, unfortunately, the throne is, well, the throne of unfortunately. So I'll get some gems, but I'll end up hurting my economy by taking it, because I'm going to lose a bunch of, it's going to knock down my luck scales 1 in every province. So, that sucks. But need thrones. Statistics, let's see. It is a level 2 throne. Throne creation, throne destiny. This is probably one of those. Let's go ahead and look at those again. So, oh my goodness. This is a fascinating throne. Turmoil plus 3, so that does a number on your income, but conjuration bonus and construction bonus means that basically any type of summoning, which I do a lot of, or any forging gets much cheaper in gems. So that's really good. And on top of that, there's a ritual casting level. So basically you park a huge variety of mages there and do all of your summoning and forging, and it's really good times. Then there's the Throne of Destiny. That's a lot more straight to the point. Not as powerful, obviously, but still a welcome boost. Especially if I'm going to have the Throne of Misfortune, it'd be nice to get that luck back. So, my plan for right now is I might as well start marching on this throne. Like, realistically, what else am I going to do? And it'll let me earn some goodies. I should bounce a scout into there to see what's there. Oh, hey, I can make scouts. That is glorious. Alright, let's have you back off the scout and you'll make one. I'll bounce the scout and see exactly what's in that throne. At some point I need to deal with this Area province. I'll just send him a heads up and then fly out an eagle or something there. But yeah, like, I don't have any more conquest goals here. It's going to be a while before I'm ready to take on Eriu, and everybody else is fighting Abyssea for their capital, which, according to my deal with Asphodel, I don't even get to keep. These provinces over here in southern former Abyssea, I'd like them, don't get me wrong. I guess that is one thing that I need to do. I do need to cast Akashic Record on Eriu and basically see how the mighty have fallen. There's Eriu. I'm thinking that I'll do that next turn because I'm building a lab here this turn. I'm actually forsaking all kinds of infrastructure build, or mage recruitment rather, to focus on getting a lab and a palisade up here because it's a throne check palisade. But the lab means that I should be 4 provinces away from Eriu, and I can cast Akashic Record and see how they're looking. And if Satis is already dominating them, basically, then I'll send these guys south first. Otherwise, I won't. So we'll see. Continuing with messages, battle in Gilgad, so Asphodel's super combatant transformed giant comes in. You can tell it's going to be a stomp from my PD. This is just to see what Asphodel is deploying. We've seen this loadout before. Raise dead, regen. Just a lot of self buffs, and then he goes to town with super combatant stuff. In the end, he's clocking in at 30% regen, so he gets 30 HP back every turn. Not that he's going to need it fighting this PD. So, and that wasn't like an active war or anything. Obviously, Asphodel and I negotiated that. Got some free provinces. Plagia took this. They've promised me it's temporary. We can see what they're actually deploying. So this is the big Plagian army. Casting lots of water spells. Here's this giant snake. Regen, water gen. They've got their sacreds, but they didn't bring any priests, so they didn't bless, which means I can't get a reminder of what their bless is. And then this Triton King, which is just a badass water summoner, or water spellcaster rather. Oh, and this guy who's, man, those are, I don't know if he did like empowerment or if he just rolled a water 5. That's really good. But anyway, obviously my troops don't stand a chance. A battle in Rahas, so this is interesting. This is a fortress battle. On this corner, you see a crap ton of mannequins, because that's what Asphodel does. Some random forest creatures, and some random spooky forest creatures. They've got this Panic Apostate. This Ancient Casket, I don't actually know where he got blood magic in. I don't think that Asphodel is made of blood magic, but 4 temporary death gems. So we're going to see where those go in a moment. Oh my goodness, is this an undead elephant? Yeah. Cool. On the Abyssian side, there's the normal tower defense guys, and some cave drakes, magma spirit with some earth gems, regular infantry, Warlock with some Blood Slaves, and an Anathema Dragon with Holy 3, and a crap ton of Afflictions. Dementia, yeah, you can see all of this. Ridiculous. Alright, so anyway, let's see. Divine Blessing on the Abyssian side, so all the guys are blessed. Army of Giants. I don't know which side that is on. I'm going to guess, like, that's a nature spell, so it has to be Asphodel. But now you can see Rigor Mortis is in play, so living dudes are going to start falling asleep. And woodland creatures are actually doing surprisingly well. Not too much fatigue on the Abyssians yet. Oh, what's this? Oh, this is a random indie shaman that has regen for some reason. Oh, because he's sacred. Okay. This year's got the fire elementals. Some of them are living, some of them aren't. These guys up on the wall, they're still hanging in there. They're starting to get sleepy. The bears make it up to this Magma Spirit. But these guys are very much asleep. So that's the end of Abyssian magic for now. But if you watch this battle, it takes a surprisingly long time for Abyssian to actually die. Just because their troops are so tough, and while Asphodel's troops and spells inflict a lot of fatigue, that doesn't exactly wipe out Abyssian. It just keeps them from heading back. So this goes on for a while. Let's turn on Turbo. Skeletons can do nothing against this thick great tide. And no one's even bothering to fuck with this shaman over here. They're finally getting some crits in on the Crave Drake, mop up the shaman, and that's Abyssian. So Abyssian actually got quite a few kills for how completely unmatched that was. I mean, most of these kills don't really matter, they're free spawn, but it's kind of fascinating. Regardless, that is a successful province conquest for Asphodel. Mana from the Heavens, Nature Gems, Earth Gems. It's getting cold, which is annoying because that's minus money for me. And some patrolling. So these guys, I'm doing as much searching here as I can, and starting that palisade that I talked about, starting the lab. Don't have enough money to also start the temple. Kind of coalescing there. There is a nature spell that I could use to poof a fortress into being, although I think you have to be underwater to cast it, so that's not happening here. It'd be nice if this map generated some lakes, but c'est la vie. Lots of guys preaching, so hopefully we'll get a little extra mana from the Heavens off of that. Already talked about Naba's struggles. I guess the last question is, what can I do to actually win? Because if I can get this throne, which I'm assuming is a 2-pointer, or 3-pointer, and this throne, which statistically is probably a 2-pointer, then that would bring me up to 2, 4, 6, 9. This is nowhere near the 15 that I need. Tianchi already has 7. And those 7, I would guess to be these 3. Satis sent me a map of Tianchi, basically, and they own all of this land, which is a fuck ton of land. So Tianchi is 7. They can easily get this one and get up to 9 or 10. And then if the inevitable happens and they roll through Naba and Jotunheim, then they're gonna... That should bring them to 15. Well, it could bring them to 15. It depends on if these are 3-pointers. That might stick them at only 14, in which case they'd also have to get this one to win. Or get a shore one, but I don't think that there's a good shore one for the taking for them. Oh, there's also this one up here too. It'll take them a lot of turns to get up there, but I mean, if they get these thrones, then they'll just continue marching through the land. This is actually a land bridge. It's kind of weird, but basically, because the province border is right here, this is a land border, and this is part of the same province. So that happened. In any case, Tianchi has inevitability on their side, which means that it's up to folks on that side of the map to stop bickering and deal with the situation. So I'll send some messages their way and we'll see what happens there. Satis is beating up on Eriu. I need to find out the true extent of that. I think that I have good matchups against Satis. I'm not worried about foul vapors, and I can do big evocations to wipe out lots of skeletons. But I could also be overconfident. So we'll see what happens there. For the moment, Satis and I have a non-aggression pact. I think, yeah, it's really just a question of how my combat with Eriu goes. And when do I give up on Abyssia, leave Asphodel to clean up the remains, and go after Eriu wholeheartedly? So these questions and more next term, which I believe is 48. Yeah, see you then.